Hari Om. A small analysis on kalam or time. Kalam means time. So time means it starts with seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, and decades, centuries, so on. So here eras, yugas, all these come under kalam only. And we all know that we are in the clutches of kalam. But that kalam engulfs everything, but we cannot engulf kalam. We cannot win over the time. Time can take its hand on us. Now here, kalam again we can say that yesterday, today, tomorrow, and today. So tomorrow will become today, and today will become yesterday, but yesterday can never become today or tomorrow. Here, let us recall a speech made by Macbeth about time. He started with tomorrow. How he actually described the journey of man's life and where does it end. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded times, and all over yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that shuts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So that's what he said. He said that life is a drama. And finally, he said that life signifies nothing. Yeah, but tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded times, and all of yesterdays have lighted fools. To that extent, it is correct. So, about out brief candle. So, once the Chaitanya goes away from us, then that means the candle will be briefed out, and we are dead and we are no more physically. And here, what he is telling is that tomorrow always creeps. Tomorrow becomes today, and today becomes yesterday only. That we all know. But one thing, here, the so we are born from dust, and dust thou returnst. So dust thou art born, and to dust thou returnst. That is the way they say of life. So everyone are born of dust, from dust, and again we return to dust. But in between the birth and the death, the first stage and the last stage, the first breath and the last breath, let us also call like that, the first breath and the last breath, that is the journey of life. So here, if the journey of life can create what's a life of integrity, then we may return to dust, but we become eternal. So here, this is that is a legacy. So legendary. So what we say. So now here we can say that life is not a. He said that life is but a walking shadow, a poor player. Then we can say now that life is not a walking shadow. It's not a poor player. It's a very good player. So when we know that Maya of Lord, then we don't think of this life as a drama. In this Maya only, amidst this Maya, we can know what is the reality. So Maya is created by him. He is the creator of Maya, and does not be in the clutches of Maya. In the same way, when we know this simple truth that Maya is created by him, and then we can also live uh, untouched by, unperturbed by Maya. Then we can live in this time as a legacy, as a legendary. So there are so many great people, great elite persons, personalities, great personalities who lived in this that means first breath and the last breath. During this journey, they lived a life of legacy. Like for example, let us take Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So just a very a few century and more back, he became the Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. In the same way, Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. How they could become even the then Shankaracharya. So though thousands of years passed, we still remember him. We still pay our homage to him. So they are eternal. That means they are not they are not in the clutches of Maya. They could win the clutches of time. So they could become legendaries. And if one can think, not living a life is not a problem. Everyone will live. So just as in Ramayana, when Lord Sri Rama he asked Vishwamitra which way we must go. Vishwamitra said, Yeshapanda Maharshesi. So all the Maharishis they went, they trod this path. And so Rama also, without another question, he trod the path and he became God for everybody. So he was a symbol of dharma, he became. So here in the same way, if we can trod that path, if we can know the reality, if we can live a life of integrity, if we can live the life which is useful for everybody, not only living for ourselves is not is great maybe, but living for others is greater still. Sacrificing our life is the greatest one. Remembering the good what others do for us and forgetting the good what we do for others is the greatest reward for us. Actually, in fact, it's a boon. It gives us peacefulness. It gives us mental stability because we won't have either anticipations or expectations. When we forget what the good we do for others, only when we remember, only we all the time think what they are going to do for us when we are in need of. When we forget, there is no chance of us to expect or anticipate. So here, this column is not a small one, and Maya also is not a small one. Kalam is Dharma Swarupam, and Maya is the one created by the Dharma Swarupa. So it is very difficult for us to come out of this Maya. And so we'll be in the clutches of Kalam, that time only. Time kills us, and we kill time when we have time. So it's very nice. So we know that time kills us ultimately. And but when we have time, we kill the time. That means we while away the time. We never even think of how to live. How to live. So here, if we can know how to live a life of integrity, how best we can live our lives, how best our life can inspire others, how best we can leave at least a small footprints on this earth before we breathe the last. That itself is a life lived with integrity. and it becomes eternal also. What is eternity actually, in fact? We don't see eternity. Can we see eternity? Just as we cannot see God, in the same way we cannot see eternity. But we can feel His presence all the time. So when we can feel His presence, then in the same way we can feel the eternity also. Eternity, everlasting. So then they say that Surya Chandra ఉన్నంత వరకు. So here Surya Chandra ఉన్నంత వరకు the elite personalities names will be always recollected by the people, and they will pay homage to such people. So such people have sacrificed everything for the good of humanity. For the not for it is not a selfish motto. It is a broad-minded, selfless motto to sacrifice for the sake of humanity, for the good of humanity. So because after all humans only can realize God. Other animals they can't realize except under most special conditions, exceptional conditions. Like we say that Sri Kalahasti, Sri, Kala, and Hasti, all three got salvation. But not all the Sris, Kalas, and Hastis get the salvation like that. So here but human beings can become gods. So they are born and human as human beings. They live as they in the throughout the journey of life. They live as good human beings. That human beings with humanity, and then they become eternal. Eternal means remembering their names all the time. So here generally what happens if if in a family anything mishap happens, those people only will remember. No other person will think of them. But eternity means all the whole world will remember. The whole world will remember. That means all those who know about him they will remember. So like that. So something must be done to live in this kala. Though the kala engulfs us, we can live in the Kala in the hearts of everyone. Or not everyone, at least the persons whom we know, who know us. So that is living with integrity. When the thought, word, and deed are one, that is the integrity of a person. Otherwise, thinking one, speaking one, doing one, there will be no coordination, unity between those three. When there is no coordination and unity between those three, like suppose how it will be. Two eyes must look at only one thing. Two ears must hear only one thing. So two nostrils must breathe one air only. But we can't say that one eye looks one side and another eye looks one side. Then the clear image will not be seen by the eye. In the same way, if one ear hears one thing and another ear hears another thing, where the concentration will be there in the mind. So in the same way, this also. So if all these three unite together, so what we say, what we think, what we do is one and the same, according to Henry David Thoreau. Then automatically we get the eternity. So that is to live in time. To live in time, although we may not be in time. Hari Om.